Alright, welcome back to stream. Hold up. Oh, there we go. Welcome back to stream. Thank you all for joining, if anyone's joining. I took a break last week from streaming because I had a little something that I was trying to work on in here and needed a bit more time, so I decided to give myself a week break to be able to finish up my little, adventure and show that off today. So there's a bunch of huge progress because of it. So, once things load, while I was working on all sorts of things, throughout the base and upgrading and doing stuff, I really pushed towards some goals. And now, I have a DTPF with infinity coils. I managed to get the DTPF before I would have streamed, but the coils I had to have some extra time, so that's why I was waiting. So now we have DTPF with infinity coils, and yeah, this is awesome. I can get access to a bunch of stuff. The one thing that I'm very much noticing is the time to be able to produce a lot of stuff with this. Oh boy, because the fuel that it needs is something. It takes a bunch of time, but here we are. We have DTPF, and I would say, are officially in the end game of GTNH now. I'm very excited. There's a bunch of stuff I'm like starting to work towards and try and gain access to that I'm very happy with. This bag used to be for my mining equipment. It isn't anymore. It's my like working stuff and working on stuff. And in here, I'm working towards the quantum force transformer, which this shit's expensive as well. The coils that it needs also need a bunch of infinity coils, so that's lovely. I've been basically just doing a bunch of like progression or getting towards points of areas that I wanted to. One of the things that I just kind of finished before, I think like yesterday, was I managed to get the tier 2 space assembler. And the main reason that I wanted to get this was this gives me access to being able to craft those input proxies again. So I can now craft input proxies and start really, making more of making my recipes faster by just having a bunch of the machines. Which is awesome. I still have a bunch of other stuff that I need to work on, and I have a thing that I'm gonna be doing. I don't know if it'll be ready for next stream, maybe. Basically, my base, there's certain things I've wanted to change with it, and I'm going to do those changes. A lot of it is just like basically where something's positioned. So like say this, right? Let's say I wanted it like, I don't know, over like, let's say there was space here. Say I wanted it here instead, right? I'd be, I'm gonna be using World Edit to move it, but anything that actually needs to be built, like new, I will be building. So I'll be moving stuff with World Edit, but using like actual blocks if there's any building needed. So there's a base update that's going to be coming, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it's been a bunch of other stuff. I have also gone over to water purification again, because now we have the final tier of water purification, and this thing keeps breaking on me. I need to really go through it and fix it, so goddamn. But there is a lot to that, which is, yeah, that is a hell, it seems. But it's fun. And yeah, it's just been a bunch of, like, getting new materials and stuff. I've had to make so many different new things for the things I needed, especially when it comes to, like, the, space elevator stuff. Oh my god. The transcendent metals and all that. Yeah. But we have access to these energized tesseracts, and one of the things that I was talking about that was stopping me from the quantum force transformer previously, which is kind of like my big goal at the moment, I realized actually wasn't a problem. The problem I thought was that I needed this energized tesseract. And the problem with it was I needed to get, what's his name? Oh, actually, wait, no. I was thinking of something else, never mind. But yeah, getting these energized tesseracts were part of the problem, but now that I have them, I can start making the quantum force transformer. it's very much just going to be a lot of waiting around kind of for this because it is got to craft a lot of stuff. Um, so yeah, that's lovely, and there's a bunch of like plasmas here, so shit. All right, let's figure out what the goal for today's stream is, because honestly, I'm not fully sure. I think I want to keep working on towards the quantum force maybe on stream. Hold on, I just want to adjust that a bit. Okay, there we go. So I think I want to work towards getting these, which is going to take a huge amount of time. UEV 10 seconds. I can upgrade my precise auto assemblers to be able to deal with that. But the one thing that's kind of amazing is dealing with chromatic glass now. This stuff was the biggest pain in the ass, because the glass in a laser engraver, which is the only way that I could previously do it, it took a stack, quantum anomaly, at UHV 300 seconds for one, where now I can make the molten chromatic in the DTPF, and it takes 150 seconds at UMV, which I think I'm running more power than that, and it makes 36,000 liters, which is equal to 256 ingots. So I get a lot more way easier and way faster. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing is I need to set up some new recipes for stuff. I don't think I have a recipe for this quantum glass. Let's check. Q quant. No, we don't. But the molecular casings, I'm pretty sure I have one for those, right? Because I needed them for something earlier. Yep, okay. So if I go into, not this one, quantum glass, damn, it takes molten trinitum to make, jeez. So let's make 8 at a time. So that will be for the quantum glass. Let's go, actually, no, I don't need to. Let's go press, no circuits. There's no circuit, right? Yep, and we want this on the sharing one, so we can do multiple at a time. Press no circuit S for sharing. There we go, so put those in there. Okay, so now we have the quantum glass being able to be made. Now we need netherite long rods. So, firstly, I need to make infused... Well, actually, let me just check. Make sure I haven't set this up before. Netherite rods. Yeah, I don't have long rods. Okay, so now we can set up a recipe for it. So first, we need a recipe for these infused gold long rods. Let's tell it to make a stack at a time. And do I have a recipe for the... What is this? Infused gold rods? Infused gold rod. Yeah, I do. Okay, good. And then we set up a recipe for these ones. And we'll just tell it to do 8 at a time. Oh, actually, I need to make sure that's not in the recipe. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, celestial tungsten long rods. This is going to be another one that's going to be a bit of a problem, but we'll deal with it. Let's do that. Because celestial tungsten is one of the ones that's quite a pain in the ass for me at the moment, so we need to deal with that. Actually, hold up, I need to do that, yeah. Okay, we want to search, what is the name? Forge hammer. Forge. Yeah, these ones. So down in here, celestial tungsten long rod and netherite long rod. Infused gold long rod. Alright, then we need to add these celestial tungsten rods, which will be in an extruder. Extruder rods, so let's put it in here. Okay, that's now done. The only thing is celestial tungsten is going to be a problem I need to deal with. So, celestial tungsten, do I have a recipe for it? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so celestial tungsten dust. What about the fluid? Can I make this? I can make it in the DTPF. Oh, wait, no, this is for making transcendent metal. It's just a byproduct of that. Which... That could be a way. The other way is the laser engraver. Except this takes a long time, which is why I'm trying to kind of avoid that way. I think I have no choice but to do it this way. Possibly. Or I could do it the DTPF way, because it's technically used for making transcendent metal. Oh wait, I can't, because it needs high-tier coils. Okay, so that's off the table. I have to do it this way. Alright, laser engraver it is. If that's the case, we're gonna upgrade our capabilities for this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn these offline. Let's turn them off. We're going to break this. Let's go down. I just want to disconnect this completely for now, and I'll actually break it. Okay. Then we can start by tearing this machine down. And you'll see why this is all happening soon. Okay. Let's break this wireless connector. Break this, break this, break this, break these. Okay. So. This. And we're gonna start doing what I need for this. So, I need laser. I need more laser engravers. I need more laser containment casings. I'm gonna need more than that, so let's request like 200. I need more tungsten steel frame boxes. Do I have some already? I do, good. And yeah, just go with that for now. Actually, wait, I will need the laser, what are these? Laser plates. Laser plates. I have enough. Okay, good. So, this is where we begin. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and break this. We're gonna grab this, and that should be, so there's the center. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yep, okay. I need some qubits real quick. Okay. Let's do that. And now what we can do is actually set this up. So, along here. Actually, wait. Give me cosmic neutronium glass, please. I'm gonna change the glass out in this, because I'm going to need to for what I want. I can't use this neutronium. Okay, that's the other thing is I need better laser. So, laser... I should be able to craft like a UEV source hatch one, right? Because I'm pretty sure I have a recipe for UV 256 amp laser source. Yeah, craft 2 of those. Okay, while that's crafting, we can continue this. So that's where the laser would be. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna go kind of crazy with this, and the reason I'm making sure that they're all kind of connected like this is I'm going to use proxies to be able to deal with it and just input and output through them. Or input and output in all of them. So here, what we want is a proxy. I don't know if it shares between the 4. I hope it does. I guess I'll find out. And then there's that. Okay. The one thing that I'm going to do is just break that for now, and I can do that. Okay. Then what we want is the laser casings go all the way to the edge. Like this. This goes all the way up. And then it's... This goes up. This goes up. Give me the tungsteel frame. And how does that go? It goes 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Pretty easy. And there we go. Once I break those. Okay, there's that. And then it goes up to, up. Okay, so then in the center of it would be here. And we have this like this. Okay. Let's get this all placed down. So now, actually, this needs to be here and here. So it's comes out by 1 atop the tongue steels. Yep, out by 1, out by 1, out by 1. Okay, and then we're gonna go up again, and now we can place these in. And what should be the case is I can just do this, and it should be basically good to go. I need to place down the laser engravers, I need to rotate them, and should be good. Give me the laser containment casings, because I run out of them. There's that, and now we need to rotate. Rotate. And finally, once, hopefully they're done, I need these lasers. No, they're waiting on UEV emitters, which I'm guessing are just crafting. Yep. 50 seconds per. Yep, that's why. They just take time. These take 30 seconds at UEV, so... Damn. Okay. Waiting game, I guess. Oh, one's done, and there we go. So, laser... there's 2 of them. 2 laser UEV source hatches, so give me this, and we will place it, break this, place this, as for this, oh yeah, hold up. What I want is a tapping. Do I have an auto tapping? I do, good. And the reason I want to do this is because I want to place this there and do this. Then what we can do is 1, 2... Oh, do I do it over this side? Yeah, no, we'll do it over this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And, I don't know... Give me... UHV. I need to read something about these laser engravers again. So... Parallels equal to the cube root of the laser source hatch amp input. Glass tier determines maximum laser source tier. UMV glass accepts all laser hatches. Use screwdriver, blah blah blah. With UEV laser source, 1 amp multi-energy hatch is allowed. Okay. 1 multi-amp energy hatch is allowed instead of a regular hatch. So I can use a multi-amp hatch instead, possibly, if I understand that correctly. Let me craft a 4 amp UHV one and see if that actually is what I understand. Energy. Or actually, UHV. UHV... 4 amp energy hatch. So, if I understand, that should allow that. Shut down due to incomplete structure. Oh, wait, I see. Yeah, that would be a good reason to shut down due to incomplete structure. Yeah, it seems to be fine with that. Okay, let's do that then. So, do I run 4 amp or do I run 16 amp? I think... I think we run... No, we'll run 4 amp because of the amount of power and where it is, there's not going to be enough. And I don't really want to have to deal with trying to give it more. Even this is probably going to be on the iffy side, but I'll make it work. Come on. I tell you, one thing that's going to be really nice about the DTPF as well, which I've already gone into, like, use, basically, is, one of the things that kind of has held me back with some stuff is, like, certain coils. So, the coils that I'd struggle with, a lot of the times it was needing a bunch of, what's his name? A shit ton of... Oh, why can't I think of the name of it? My brain's having a stroke, hold up. I needed a shit ton of superconductor for the coils, that's what it needed. And that superconductor, I could craft it like at a decent pace, but it wasn't that fast. It was okay. Now, I can craft like mass amounts of that with it, so it really just doesn't mean anything now, which is nice. Don't have any problems with it. Be right back. I'm back. So, let's continue along with this. So now we can place down the cabling. I need to color it. I don't want to connect it just yet. I prefer to have everything set before I connect it, even though I technically can and it doesn't cause a problem. I just like to make sure. Okay, so now we are almost there. So, oh, actually, wait. No, hold up. Actually, wait. No, I'm going crazy. Never mind. Okay, there's that. And then go back down. We can now link this. Then what we can do is we need the, where is it? Wireless connector. Yeah, I'll do a smart cable because of the way that I like to do it. Give me a light gray. Perfect. And then we grab light gray dye. This, and we should have a link in this one still. Yep, I can have plenty of links in there, so we're good. Okay, that is now that. Next, so I'm actually thinking about doing another thing here as well, but first off, I need a data stick to be able to link this. And what I'm gonna do is, which one of these is it? That's, get rid of that. Let's get rid of this, because I don't need that pattern anymore. What am I thinking of? Not this, not this, not this. Where's the one that I'm thinking of that has it? It's the one with the quantum anomaly. Yeah, this one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a crafting input, and then what we need is to remove this, break this, add this, and then I can shove this in here and add these back. So this and this can go back. Wait, wasn't there a third recipe? It's not there. Okay. Interesting. Oh well. So what we do is we now need to grab the copy of this. Okay, there we go. And then we link it to this. Successfully linked. Perfect. And I'm also thinking about doing one other thing. I am going to upgrade the laser hatches already. I'm gonna go even further, because I think for what I'm doing is probably worthwhile. So laser target, laser source. Let's go with... You know what, let's go crazy. Let's make something like this. So pattern... Well, no. Wait, this pattern. Yeah, this one. This is on circuit 4. So what we need to do is interface, press, circuit 4. Actually, wait, no, it won't work in the press because my presses aren't upgraded to UEV yet. I will be doing that very soon. I need to put it in this one over here, which is running even higher than that. Okay, so now we should be able to craft it. So if I search UEV, the laser... Yeah, this one. We want actually 3 of these. What is it needing to make? Oh, it's making stuff for the DTPF. Because it needs a shit ton of infinity. I'm missing raw biogrowth. I know why on that. And then these are... Yeah, this is one of the things I need to... This is another problem I'm facing, the DTPF, that once I do my little base upgrade, I'm very much going to work a lot harder on, is... There's a thing that's talked about, and I thought I understood, but I really didn't. They say at this point in Greg Tech, you do a lot of, what's his name? Fusion spam, so spamming down the fusion things. I thought I understood that. No, the amount of fusion I need to spam is actually absurd. It is, I have no words for it. It is dumb. So let's do that. I'm really debating if I even try to do this. Because I really do. Can I craft at least, like, 2? I'm missing Biogrowth and Bismuth Plasma. Okay. There's multiple problems here that I need to deal with. Let's try and think about this. So, first off is, I need to deal with the Biogrowth. I know exactly why, and I know kind of how to deal with it, but it's being annoying. Okay, so right here, what we want is UHV. Give me 4 4-amp UHV energy hatches, please. Go back up. Where is the one for that specific stuff? It's in here. Okay, so it's already in that. I need a proxy. Boop, boop. And then I need data stick again to be able to link it. Let's put it here. So let's grab that and link. Okay, link successful, perfect. So we have that linked now. And what we need is those UHV 4 amps. I need some HSS cable. Actually, I probably just want the thick stuff, yeah. And then, actually, wait, no, I do want the smaller stuff as well. Then I need to do the rest of this. So, on the underneath of these, we want this. I need maintenance. I don't have any auto tappings. I'll just use regulars for now. Screw it. I need to make a bunch more of those better ones. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go up here. We're gonna quickly just turn these off to make sure no power is going through. This cable does go to other uses, so I can't just fully disconnect it. That's fine. So we're just gonna yeet this off. Break. I'm just gonna break it just so I can access these easier. We're gonna break this. 4 amp UHVs. How much power? I'm just trying to think if I need to deal with power a bit differently. No, it should be fine. So right here, let's do that. These might even be upgraded even further. I may even go 16 amps, just because this is one of the ones where I kind of expect it to need a shit ton. Let's go this, and this. Okay, so that should allow for these to be running at a height here. These ones we need to finish up the stuff with. So I need an input I need output stuff here. So break these. I need output bus and output hatch. Do I have like better ones? This is a 2 mil hatch. Where's item hatches? Bus. No, I don't want those ones. 131, sure, that works. So, grab these. I need a wireless connector. And I need some smart cable to do this. Smart. Okay, then what we do is we color this, and I can see that it's not working. I will figure that out soon. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go into here. Why do I... Oh, that's the... Wait, that's the recipe that I was... missing. Okay, it was in my other part of the inventory. So these ones aren't forming. My guess is... I'm not sure. Incomplete structure. Why are you incomplete? Why are you incomplete? Let me check one thing. Yeah, that's why. Okay, I know. Do this, and now they should work, right? Yep, perfect. Then what we can do is put these away. We're gonna need to repair these, because I'm not using auto tappings. And then I need to do this part, so this, and along here. Okay, let's color code and then link it. Now we can properly turn these on. Turn it on, and put these away. These should be on. Yeah, that's on. That is on. And do I have my inventory fully cleared? No, I need to get rid of those. Okay. So now what we want to do is request buyer cells. Let's request... I'm trying to think. Let's request like 4K. Now the reason... Hold up. These should be doing the recipe too. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it was just doing its thing. So the reason that I'm requesting these is the way that I have my setup for the, what's his name? What's the name? The Biogrowth Catalyst is, it needs a certain amount, so down here, it needs at least 256 for it to activate, and it uses Biogrowth, itself to be able to produce more, with this recipe. Oh wait, is it this recipe? Am I crazy? I swear there was... Oh wait, yeah, no. I'm keeping this raw Biogrowth in this tank here to make more of this, what's his name? Buyer cells to make more of this, because I use this recipe with the buyer cells to make it, because it gives a lot more. So, that's the way that I do it. But I need to obviously have a stockpile of the buyer cells, and when I'm using a shit ton of stuff, it eats them up and needs to remake it. Let me check something else. TCE. We have 19k of it. Okay. It's not bad, but still not great either. Getting this stuff kind of sucks. I really need to figure out a good way of getting this. I feel like you can fish those or something. Let's save all of these and let's look at them. This one is from the broth by centrifuging it. This one is from the broth as well by centrifuging. Broth centrifuging. Broth centrifuging. Broth centrifuging. They're all literally the same amount in the same time. Yeah, okay. Maybe I do need to make the broth. Could be something I need to do. I've been trying to kind of avoid it because it's a bit of a bitch. That's why I'm using the bees. Actually, wait. What is the reason that this is slow? Is it just... It seems like it's just being kind of slow to process these, right? Hold up. Let me... Oh, there is 81 in there. I thought there was less. Okay, so... It's the centrifuging of the combs, or is it just because I don't have enough combs currently? I just don't have enough combs, so I need to get bee production for these combs up, and that should increase the speed of this. And this is also just very slow, like 30 seconds for one of these, which I don't know if it can just do a maximum of 1, or if it's just because it doesn't have enough. Either way, that's something that can be done. Let's, I guess, go deal with that then. I also need to deal with these plasmas for shits. Nah, we'll leave it for now. I think I'm gonna hold off on the higher end hatch. Let's do one other thing in the meantime. Oh, what is it? Celestial tungsten. We want to set up... Oh, I don't have a recipe for the ingots themselves. I have a recipe for the dust, but that's it. Okay, so pattern, celestial tungsten ingot. Let's quickly do this. So this should equal this. We're gonna tell it to do 16 at a time. No, actually no. We'll tell it to do 32 at a time. And we want this in... I'm gonna put it in the Circuit 11 one, because even though it doesn't need Circuit 11, if I put it in the Circuit 11 one, it accesses this one, which is the big boy for doing them, and I prefer that. So let's put it in here. So now, let's request some Celestial Tungsten Dust. Celestial Tungsten Dust. Let's go crazy. Let's request 100 Celestial Tungsten Dust. Is that... Invalid recipe found. None of these are working. Is it just because the power that it has compared to what it needs? Let me... UEV. Give me a 256 amp source hatch, not the fucking crazy one, because I need this to test something. Let's check bio growth. I'm at 3. Yeah, let's make another 4K on top of this. I want to really just make sure we have a bunch more. Okay, so that's doing that. I also need to go through and change my infinity recipe, but I'm also, like, part of the reason I haven't done that is I have the infinity recipe for in here. Because if I go right here, this one's the different infinity, because this is Greg Tech infinity compared to this one, which is the AVR infinity. They're literally the same. There's no difference. Other than recipe. The recipe for the Greg Tech one is the fluid solidifying of it, where the other one is for the... Oh, wait. This also gives AVR. Wait. Huh. Okay. But the thing is, you can make it in a DTPF, but it requires, like, a lot of this fluid. So, like, I say a lot. It's a small amount compared to some of the recipes, but for what you get, it feels kind of small. And... yeah, the recipe that I want to do is honestly this one here, because it gives more at a time, but I can't because I need hypergen coils, and I'm gonna be getting that hopefully soon-ish, because I have made my first hypergen by... Oh, wait, hold up. Huh? Wait, do I have... Hold up. Hold the phone. I'm about to have a stroke, I think. Yeah, okay. Hold up. Hold up. I want to change some stuff. Let me cancel this recipe. Let me remove this. Okay. Like I was trying to say is, the hypergen, I made my first one using the fusion, because you have to make your first using the fusion. But now that I have a bit, you can basically duplicate it in this. You can put in like an ingot's worth, and it gives you like 10 ingots worth or something. So you get a lot more in return, which is nice. Celestial tungsten goes in here. Now that laser, where are you? UEV laser source. Okay, then we turn this off. We're gonna turn this off. Break. Oh wait, I already have one. Okay, I'm an idiot. Whatever. So now what we want is request it. Celestial tungsten. Request 100. So it's crafting it in here, but it should also be crafting in these, yeah. So it's crafting one at a time, unfortunately, but it takes 51 seconds in those. How long is it taking here? 51 seconds as well. Damn. That laser source hatch is what I need to upgrade to really make these faster for it, which is unfortunate, but I can deal with it. Okay, so let's have a recipe for different laser hatches, because that was for the 16. Maybe I could make one of the smaller tier ones. Could I make... Let's try making this 1000 amp one. I also need to put more blank patterns in here, because I just ran out of them now. Okay, so for the 1000 amp, that is circuit 2. Okay. Press circuit 2. I want to go into the shed for this. Okay. UEV. Laser source. Can I make this? 2 extra chromium wire isn't a recipe apparently, but I can do that, and I can do this. Perfect. Let's tell it to make 16, no, half a stack at a time. Then we're gonna search 2x. Yep, in here. And then we're going to request it. So UEV, 1000 amp, start. So it's just going to go through that, and that should allow me to craft this laser, which hopefully will make this better. Actually, wait, this is doing 5 at a time. How is this doing 5 at a time, where these are only doing 1 at a time? UHV 16 amp energy. Yeah, that explains it. That explains it. I also still want to get this better laser hatch, because the laser hatch does improve it. I need to kind of really, like, understand more about it. Because, like, I get it to a point, but I don't really. So I need to really understand it. Alright, let's continue along with this. So, let's continue along trying to craft these force field glass. So how much do I need for the DTPF? The DTPF itself needs 224, but it's also used to craft one of the other pieces. Yeah, these neutron pulses. Wait, do these? No, okay. So these, how many of them? There is 236 of these. So let's just grab a calculator, because I can't be bothered doing the math in my head, but we can just add these together. So we add 244 plus the 236. So I need 480 total. 480 of those. That's a lot. Let's have a look and see what problems arise. Force. Where are they? Force field. So I need 480. We're gonna go crazy and we're gonna craft 500. So chromatic glass plate is a problem. Poor nether waste is a problem. Those should be pretty easy to deal with. I know why the poor nether waste is a problem, and I also just don't have a recipe for the chromatic glass, so I need to deal with that. So let's start with this. Or when I say I don't have a recipe for the chromatic glass, I mean for the plates. Let's tell it to make 8 at a time. Yeah. I also need to put blank patterns in this terminal as well. Damn. So we want plates. Dense plates, vending machine plates. Here we are. Let's put it there. Okay, so now we should have that part done. Now the poor nether waste is one that's pretty easy. I need to quickly go over here, because the reason why it won't be working is it's going to be missing these aluminum mining balls. And I think I may have turned these off as well due to consumption of certain fluids and stuff needed. So the aluminum mining bowl, let's start with those. Aluminum mining bowl, where you at? We're gonna go crazy. Let's request 500. Actually, you know what? Hold up. Mining bowl. I'm actually gonna go real nuts. I'm gonna request the full 1,000. ALUM. I don't know why it didn't pop up there, but sure. Let's request 1,000. So that should work. That needs to make that stuff. And what should be happening? Yeah, this is now starting to mill the netherrack again, because that's part of the reason it wasn't working, was it just didn't have enough to mill it. Okay, so now we're getting the milled netherrack, which is... this needs nefarious oil. Does this have any? Oh, I have nefarious oil. Okay. Yeah, it's just the netherrack that it's waiting on. Wow, okay, that actually can damage you like that. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade this. UHV. Give me this. Turn you off. Wait for it to be done. Let me go down, because there's this. What is this connected to? That is connected to that. So what we'll do is turn this one off as well. We will break this, and then this. And then what I can do is put this here, face it this way, and link that. And now I can turn this back on. And then this one, we're upgrading now. So break your UV energy hatch, upgrade to a UHV energy hatch, and give you some cable. And you should be good to go. Hopefully that does either more or faster. 1K at a time. Yeah, that does a lot more at a time. So that should be able to be more consistently on, I hopefully believe. I guess it depends on how fast it processes it. 1.85, yeah, it's going to process it very... Well, actually, seems to be keeping up. Okay, that's good. The other thing is the nefarious oil. I don't know if I'm still producing this. Nefarious oil. Yeah, that's over here. The main reason I'm not sure that I was producing this still is it is mainly due to the ozonated water. But now that I've upgraded my water processing, that shouldn't be a problem. Now, we're gonna change the recipe to use the ozonated water tier 2. Which means I'm gonna go increase production of that over here. I want to change some things over here while I can as well. So what I need is, I need wireless. I'm probably at the limits of this, aren't I? How many is there? There is 30. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really at the limits for this. I need to... What is this? This is... fluid storage bus on this. On light blue. What is that, like, over here or something? Where's light blue? Oh, light blue would be... Actually, where is light blue? Yeah, I don't know. Wait, does it say? It doesn't tell you where the connectors are, unlike the other ones. Because I'm guessing it's around here somewhere. That's just blue there. Light blue, light blue, light blue. What would need... this one? No, those just connected to each other like that. Interesting. I can't remember where my that light blue one goes. Okay, you know what? Whatever. we're gonna do something then. So what we're gonna do, give me a smart cable. Give me what is it? Quartz fiber. Give me dual, and give me storage bus. Okay. I want to do this over here, but there probably isn't enough space, isn't there? I could possibly fit it in. Yeah, let's try to fit it in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a quartz fiber here to a... Yeah, let's do a controller. Controller. I need a hub instead, because I'm doing it this way. So this, and then this. What I need here is... I need a different colored cable. Let me grab one. Smart. Give me... Do I have just a cyan one? Yes. Thank you. We want to change the color of this to blue as well. Then what we can do is place the cyan cable here. We're going to add storage bus and just put it... actually, yeah, we can do bidirectional because there's not going to be any actual, like, points that are extracting fluid, and you'll see why that is. And then what I need is emitter, because I want to tell it when and when not to do stuff. Control, and then I need red alloy. Okay, so let's change this to cyan, and let's go deal with this. So down in this one first. So the center is right here. Let's put it here. This, cyan, connect. Then what we want is the ozonated water on tier 1. Emit when levels are below 60 million. Do I seriously have that much water? Grade 1. Yeah, okay, I do. Damn. I didn't think I had that much. And then what we're gonna do is add a controller cover here, and enable with redstone. Yep. And now we can go on to the next one, which is this one. Right here. So how many I can just do a 1 block. So right here would be, we can do this. I need that, and let's connect. Alright. That should be good for that, and now I need to go under and set this up. So tier 2 graded water emits when levels are below 60 million, which is below 60 million. Okay. And we can put that on, and then we add the controller cover, and enable blah blah blah, save mode. I mean, don't really need that, but okay. The other thing we're going to do is increase the parallels. We're going to go to 256 now, which is going to increase the power by a ton, I believe, but okay, so 17... 19, yeah, okay. And then what we'll do is we're also going to increase the parallels on this to 512. Main reason I'm doing so many now is to be able to keep up with the, what's his name? The stuff. Is this got enough? Oh, this is not producing it for enough of this fast enough. Let me just quickly stop this, from continuing there. We're gonna need to upgrade that. So what we're gonna do is this top one. Oh, that's because it's... Oh, yeah, that one's for something else. Never mind. We're gonna upgrade this to UHV. I also want to upgrade some other stuff. So... Air intake. Atmospheric air intake. Let's craft one of these. It's stuck with crafting this. I'm just gonna cancel it, I don't care. Input hatch UHV. I don't know if it's stuck or if it's just taking its time. We're also gonna stop this for a sec. It did it. So air intake. We want laser. If I remove the air before it, so I can search exactly what I need. Okay, laser. We're gonna go probably UHV for this now because of the amount that I want. What output hatch is this? This is a 128k capacity, so I'm gonna need a high capacity one. So if we break this, output, we're gonna go with like a crazy one, 134 million. Yeah, that's what we'll go for. Then what we also want is, what tier is this laser? This is UEV 256. Okay, perfect. Then what we can do is break all of these. I also need to go under here. Up here. Never mind. Okay, so we're gonna break, and then we can also break this. I need qubit, CUB, qubit. Okay, and now we start cleaning this up a bit more. So we can start by doing this. I only break this one for what I want. So this will now contain this atmospheric air intake, and then we're going to break this. Actually, do I want to? No, I won't want to hide it under because of that. Then I need HSS. Then we can do this. We change this to red, and we now link it. And now this should be able to make a shit ton. So 6.4 seconds for 768,000 liters instead. That is a lot more. That is way better. Okay. Hopefully that now can keep up with this. That should be good. So, water, where's my grade 2 water? We're at 34 million currently of the tier 2 water. So that's pretty good. Pretty good for that. But we obviously want a shit ton more. So hopefully that keeps up. I'll check on it at another point and just see. But for now, let's go fix up this stuff. So next up is we need to go and set these up, because remember that I haven't technically fully set these up. So we want, yeah, so nefarious oil is this, and nefarious gas. So these aren't on. Nefarious oil. Okay, stop that. What we want to do is, this is the grade 1. We're going to replace it with the grade 2 now. Oh, it's probably because of this. Oh, wait, where would this be? This is connected to orange? Okay, yeah. So we're looking for the tier 1 water, which we don't want anymore. We want to look for the tier 2 water. Where's the... Yeah, filtered 1, filtered 2 instead. That's what we want. So filtered grade 2, let's put this in here. There we go. And then to make this, does it need to change circuit? No, it's still circuit 1. Perfect. And now this should be able to do it a lot faster. 6 seconds for 72,000 liters. Okay, and then this one, oh yeah, that's for other stuff. So this is making the oil, and the oil is what I'm using to make the froth, which is what turns into all this and the poor nether waste. Okay, yeah. Okay, that should be, that's now dealt with. Actually, I'm just thinking, because I think I may want this to stop if it goes below a certain... Yeah, you know what? Control... Give me 2 controller covers. Give me red alloy... What is it? Yeah, red alloy wire. What we're gonna do is stop these machines. We're wait for them to be done quickly. We're gonna break this, we're gonna replace them around, and you'll see why. I need a wireless, and I need smart cable. I don't know which color I need, and emitter. ME fluid level emitter. Perfect. Now let's connect it to this instead for what I want. So do I have one that's, yeah, so light blue is the color that we want. So right here, this is why I moved it, because I still want to be able to access it, but be able to do this. So light blue, link it, perfect. Then we want to go with, where is it? It's the grade 2 water. Emit when level, emit when levels are above, let's say, 8 million. Or actually, no. Above 30 mil. And then what we can do, controller cover both of these, and red alloy. And that is not happy. Give me, what's the name of it? Hempcrete. Yeah, give me one of these strips. And it doesn't do that. Enable with redstone safe, enable with redstone safe. Okay, it's because of that? Wait, okay, can I do it if I grab, where is it? I'm trying to think what I'm trying to do. Smart cable. Having a bit of a interesting time here. Do that? Yeah, if I do it like this, does that work? Emit when levels are above 30 mil. Set. Emit when levels are above or equal to grade 2. That should be... Okay, well, even when it is like that, it doesn't cause those to activate. Oh, I see why. Hold up. I see the problem. I know why. It's because of that. Clean stainless steel, let's do that. Put this here. Put this as number 1. I bet you that's the reason why. If I do this, and go... resonate water tier 2. 30 mil. Emit when levels are above. There we go, perfect. Exactly. Exactly like that. Okay. Not enough fluid output space. We can fix that problem. Let me break that. Output. No, I don't want that one. Don't want that one either. I want like the 8 mil if I have one of those. I should have an 8 mil. 32, 2 million, 8.3, yep, there we go. Then we break this, place this one, and we eat this, and now we can put this back, and voila. Okay, that is now set. We're good. So, from this point, let's quickly go check on that ozone, I guess. See how that's doing. Yeah, it's going up, and it's using it, so good. That works. Let's continue along. So, that's for that. We're gonna get the poor nether waste, and that will get me close to this. So let's search. Force field. Okay, we wanted to craft 500. We are missing calcium plasma, and that is it. That is insane, honestly, that I'm just missing calcium plasma. But unfortunately, this is going to be a long-ass recipe. because I'm guessing it needs it for some stuff. Let me check FOR CE field. Okay, so if I request 500, which one does it need of the things I'm thinking of? It needs the crude catalyst, and it needs a shit ton. This is where I'm facing a problem. Okay, there's one thing I've been struggling with, is this stuff, and yeah, hold up. The thing is, I want to make this transcendent plasma mixer, but it's expensive. Like, I can deal with this, like, oh my god, there's really high UAV energy laser hatches, but, like, ignoring stuff like that, because it's just, like, some other things in the background that I need to fix up to deal with that. The problem with this recipe is these fluids, because it needs the catalyst fluids, and it needs a ton of them, and it's gonna be a pain trying to get it, but once I get it, the difference will be amazing. I really need to get this thing. This is kind of like the thing I need to get at the moment. Yikes. Okay, you know what? We're gonna hold off on the quantum, because this mixer is gonna be what I need. Okay, so UAV. I don't think I can have a recipe for this laser TH. Yeah, I don't, and I can see why. Let's go pattern. What crazy absurdities does it need? It just needs that. It's not as crazy as I thought. What circuit? Circuit 6. Press circuit 6. Let's put that in there. That's one other thing. Let's, I don't know if I have many more UEV energy hatches. I've been kind of blowing through a lot of them with the stuff I've been doing. I need, like, 3 for what I want here. UEV energy hatches, yeah, I have enough. But I need a transformer. UEV, let's just go with this one. I also want to create some UEV, what's his name? Why can't I think of the name of it? A superconductor, because transferring the power around with how little I can get from transformers at the moment, I prefer to do that. Because UEV energy hatches and stuff are quite expensive for me at the moment, where, like, the what's his name? The superconductor is, but it also isn't too bad. I have UEV superconductor, okay, good. So I'd prefer to just do it this way. Okay, so let me do this, disconnect this, because I don't want it to connect. I'm just placing it there for the time being to be able to figure out how much of this I need and if I have enough. We can change it to be over here. I mean, technically, yes. Ideally, no. Let's do that. And I can get rid of those there, and then what I can do is place the transformer, like, behind there. I like that idea. Okay, give me the transformer. I need a soft mallet. Soft mallet. And then what we're gonna do is come up here, and we're gonna turn these off. 1, 2, 3. Then what we're gonna do is break. I need to get rid of this, it's in the way. Then I need to get rid of this. In the way. I didn't mean to get rid of that one. Get rid of these. And get rid of that. Okay, then what we can do is place in, I'm gonna put it there because I want them all to be kind of uniform to the way that I like, even if it means I need to use a bit more cable. Okay, so now what we can do is make sure all these are linked. I need purple to color code this. So that's good. That's good. And that is good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the transformer. We're going to give it a good old whack, and then the side that I face it, that is the output. This is the input. And now it should be able to run UEV power. Yep. And it's able to make the laser that I was trying to earlier that wasn't wanting to craft. And let me put this superconductor away. Okay, so now we have even higher tier laser hatch being crafted now. Let's grab that. Laser. Where's that UEV fucking 1000 amp laser? Yep. So this one, I'm gonna shove it here. So break these. Laser. Now it should be able to do more parallels, if I understand correctly. Okay. So now, I set up the recipe for this. I'm pretty sure laser. UEV 16. No, I did. Oh, wait, no. There it is. So if I go to request this, I'm missing... Okay, it needs a craft bedrockium. Okay. It's got cosmic neutronium, so I don't need to worry about that. It needs infinity. Okay. That's its own thing. I'm just seeing if it needs anything else from the DTPF, because if it's just stuff like that, I might do it a different way. It needs superconductor UHV and superconductor UV as well. Okay. I mean, it's a bit to work on. Alright. I'm gonna call it for stream for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope that the crazy progress that I, spent a bit of extra time before I streamed was worth showing off, because, yeah, this thing is, it's awesome. I'm very happy to have this, but God, is it expensive to run for me at the moment, and so is a lot of things, but there's going to be some huge improvements soon, and I have some things planned that I am very, very excited for. I've been wanting for ages now that I can finally do. So, in the next stream, we're probably going to get even more crazy progress done, and I won't say for 100% sure, but I probably should have the new base design ready and done, and possibly either, like, built in the world or just in my test world ready to go to start building in here. So, thank you all for coming out to the stream. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.